And we are going to start in turtle. On your knees, lower your head down to the ground and make sure your shoulders are okay. I see a lot of people with tense shoulders here. So lower down and relax your chest down to your thighs. Passively improving our back mount defense. So don't push yourself down, try to inhale, and as you exhale, try to let go of some tension and fold over yourself. Take 3 long, soft breaths in turtle. Let's do a banana stretch. Come up slightly, windshield wipe your feet over to the right, and walk your left hand forward so that your left side is becoming super long, and then lower down as deep as you can. Looking under your right armpit, take 3, 4, or 5 breaths here. Same thing, second side. Switch the legs, switch the arms, switch your gaze. And then back to center. Let's roll our spine up to tabletop. And then drop your belly and back to turtle. Repeat that sequence. Breathing and moving slowly. Take some time to experience your stiffness. Stiffness is our enemy, but we can befriend it and thus conquer it. Stop on all fours, turn the fingers around, stretch your forearms and say, ooh. Actually don't say that, that's how your forearms feel, ooh, but your breath says, ah. This box annoys me, I'm gonna move that one. Okay, nice. Take a couple of breaths, stretching your forearms. Maybe for the first time in months or years, your fingers and knuckles are not feeling that much pain. It's usually a trade-off for Jiu-Jitsu. The more pain in the fingers, the more Jiu-Jitsu you've done. Switching around, wrist locking ourselves. You know it's bad when you miss getting wrist locked. Flip your palms up, fingers pointing in, and do push-ups. So go down, and then when you go up, make knuckles, and then pop up onto your knuckles. Boom, and then back. Doing a push-up, stretching the back of the wrists, make knuckles, pop up on the knuckles, and lower down. Do that 3 more times. Boom. Last one. And sit down on your knees. Put the toes under so that you're stretching your toes and soles. Arms up and move your fingers, making fists and stretching the palms. I need glasses. With this pump, start doing shoulder rolls. Backwards first. Shake your arms, shake your hands. I mean, keep moving the arms backwards. Jazz hands. And now, opposite direction, move the shoulders forward, big circles. All right, all fours. Right leg out behind you. Whoop. Look forward and take an inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose. Try to actually touch your nose with your knee. Do that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Repeat twice. Uno más. And now, karate kick to the right. Place your right foot down, arms up. Side stretching over your leg, and then away from your leg. Repeat that a few times. And now, hands down, keep your leg where it is. Left arm goes up, which is really hard. Left arm goes up, and then left arm touches right foot under your arm. Do that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On this round, exhale and stay down. And try to Kimura lock yourself by walking the right hand as far as you can. Oh, this is not Kimura, this is Americana, sorry. Americana yourself. Take another breath. And then come up to all fours, but keep your feet where they are. Walk your hands forward for a back bend, chest down, and then top of the head down, alternating between these two. Chest down, top of the head down. Chest down, top of the head down. Nice. Look forward. Step your right foot forward, yeah. No, right leg out behind you, sorry, forgot that one. Bend your knee and open your hips, 3-legged dog. And then place your right foot on the outside of the right hand. Pop up onto your fingertips and drop your knee down and chest forward and say ah. And then inhale. And then as you exhale, arch your spine like a cat. Repeat that. Inhale. Exhale, lift the back knee and arch your spine. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, around. One more inhale. Exhale, round. Back knee down. Lean back so that your right leg is straight. Point the toes and then flex the toes. Go as hard as you can, just using your own muscles to stretch other muscles. So when you contract one, you stretch the others. This is super passive. We are not using any leverage. We're not pushing down with our body weight. We're just moving the foot to the extremes using our own muscles, which makes it really safe, but still for most of us, it's probably a really intense stretch. You can go angles here, right to left, up and down, or circles. It's not always the big moves that are the most effective. Sometimes it's ridiculously small things like pointing and flexing your foot. Now, lean forward and grab your back foot. How did that go? Was that hard? Was it hard because you're super inflexible or because you're not doing it right? Let's try that again. I see a lot of people having the foot and knee close and they're doing this with the butt up. Can you recognize that? Try to step forward and drop your hips and then reach back to grab your foot. So instead of being close, step really far forward, point the toes and knee out, push the knee away like this, and then drop your hips down first as deep as you can, and then make a big circle and reach back, 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 and then try to catch the outside of your foot. Don't grab on the inside and be like this. Grab the outside and drop your hips down. It might be super excruciatingly painful, but it's not dangerous. When you grab the foot, if you can do it, it's not dangerous. Unless you had a recent surgery, this should be one of the most all-round nicest stretches you can do. Take another breath. Because when you do it right, you probably didn't catch the foot first, but if you did, it's just like when you learn Jiu-Jitsu and start rolling backwards. In the beginning, you start rolling over your neck and you almost break your neck and you're like, shit, I'm so bad at this, I'm really stiff. No, you're not stiff, you're just using incorrect technique. So it's the same with yoga. When you use correct technique, you open up so many new pathways and possibilities because you start to do it the right way. All right, put your foot under your butt, squat down into what we call a half squat. So you're squatting with one and you're kneeling with one. And from here, find a relatively comfortable position. And then so right leg is forward, right arm goes under left arm. Either just squeeze your arm, or if you can catch your thumb and kimura your left arm like this, so you're trying to, no, Americana yourself on the left arm. Try to Americana yourself, and then right ear to right shoulder, neck stretch. Kimura neck stretch in a half squat. We try to find these weird positions that is a bit of everything because that's super efficient. We don't have time to isolate each muscle. That would take hours to get through the whole body. We try to take 40, 50, 60 muscles in one pose and get it done. Fingertips down. Now this one I hate, but I do it anyways. Roll forward so that your inner thigh, your groin, left groin, is trying to reach the mat. And this hurts my hips so much, but it's because I'm not doing it enough. If I did it more, it would hurt less. But it's good pain. I don't try to push deeper, I try to soften into it and breathe into it. Take 2 more breaths. Left hand down, step back with the left foot. Ooh, right arm up. Slowly transition into a side plank position, leg high or leg low. If you want to play, grab your foot. If not, stay where you are. Take another breath. Look down, turn back into plank, slowly lower down. Skydiver position, arms back, feet in the ground, so flat feet. Move your arms forward. Place your hands next to your chest. Elbows in, lift your chest, not your hips. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Everything straight and flat. Inhale. On your exhale, push back to plank, back to dog. Take a couple of breaths. Stretch your butt, stretch your hamstrings, move your spine. We will repeat the same sequence on the second side. Knees down, left leg out behind you. Look forward, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Repeat 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Karate kick left. Foot down, arms up, side stretching. I never did it on Instagram before, so I'm moving out of the picture, but that way I know I'm getting more flexible. In the beginning, I'm like within frame, but after a few reps, I notice I'm getting more flexible. Oh, nice. Right hand to left ankle, no, too early. Hands down, right arm up first. Whoa. And then exhale, touch your ankle. Yeah. 3 more times, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. last one inhale. And hand to ankle, lay down and Americana yourself by walking the hand as far as you can. Ooh, behind you. Ooh. If we don't have a training partner to make us suffer and feel alive, we can do it on our own. Yoga for BJJ is basically BJJ without a partner. It's all about the suffering and the enjoyment of being alive. Oh, okay, back with the hands in front of you. Walk the hands as far forward as you can without moving the butt forward. So keep the butt where it is. Try to lower down, 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 down. Face or chest in the floor. And now back up, left leg out behind you, three-legged dog. Open stretch, open stretch, open stretch, breathe. Foot on the outside of your left hand. On your fingertips, pop up, drop down, inhale. Exhale, cat. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right knee down, move back without moving the hands and feet. Point your toes, flex your foot. Point your foot, flex your toes. Keep going at your own pace, in your own angles. Use as much force as you can, only using small muscles to stretch small muscles here. No leverage, only muscle engagement. Very different stretch when you engage instead of using leverage to drop into it. One is not better than the other, they complement each other really well. That's why we don't just do one type of stretching, we do a whole yoga flow sequence so we get a little bit of everything. Now, remember what we learned in the lizard lesson on last side? Foot forward, left foot forward, drop your hips first, point the foot and knee out so that you can get low, 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 and then circle the arm back, as far back as you can. Maybe fling the foot a little bit, or use your hamstring to pump the foot in. If you get a hamstring cramp, eat more magnesium, which means spinach, and do more yoga, drink more water. The usual suspects. If you do this every day, you will be miles ahead of your training partners when the lockdown is over. Take my word for it. If you do this every day, you will be super duper fresh and pumped and be killing everybody in sparring when you come back. Maybe don't kill them because they probably haven't moved for weeks and months, but outmaneuver them with your amazing flexibility. From here, half squat. Tuck the foot under, sit down into a, this is only comfortable on Jiu-Jitsu mats. Half squat, left arm comes under right arm, Americana your right shoulder, and left ear, left shoulder. It's not supposed to feel super good. It's supposed to feel good as soon as we're done. If it hurts when you're doing it, it's fine. If it hurts after you finish doing it, you did it wrong. You did it too much or too intense. And now, my least favorite position in the whole world, move the hips on the inside of the heel and try to get your groin to the floor. this should be the thumbnail for the video. Oh, we're live, so we don't have a thumbnail. Otherwise, this would be a perfect thumbnail, like just framing my pathetic look on my face here. Enough. Right hand down, step back into a lunge, left arm up, side plank pose. Whoop. If you're shaking, do more yoga. Plank, all the way down. Interlacing your fingers behind your back. Lift up as high as you can, but don't crank your neck. Neck cranks is not something we miss from Jiu-Jitsu. So keep your neck soft and engage your ass muscles, lower back muscles, arm muscles. Maybe even lift your legs here. Whoa. Release. Push back up to all fours. Back to dog. Unlock the phone. All right. Take a few breaths in dog where you move and stretch your hips and legs. Let's do some yoga style push-ups. Roll forward, spinal roll to plank, half a push-up, back to plank, back to dog. Do that 2 more times. Final one. Next round, stop in plank without moving your hips like this from side to side. One elbow down, other elbow down. Up again and down again. Keep walking without doing this with the hips. Keep your hips stiff. Keep your legs straight. Keep walking up and down a couple of times. And then stop on your elbows. If we would want to break the world record in this pose, we would have to stand here for 8 hours and 15 minutes. The current world champion is 62 years old, American veteran. His practice leading up to the world champion world record feat, it would be right to call it a feat, yes, was 7 hours per day. So a 7-hour workday. Some of you have 7 hours, even including lunch. So imagine you say, "Hi, Jeff," or whatever his name was. I have to learn that actually. "Hi, Jeff," and then you come back 7 hours later. "Oh, hi, Jeff, are you still in abdominal plank pose?" And he's like, "Yep." That's how long he stood there. So every time I catch myself into saying I'm too old for something, I'm reminding myself of, let's call him Jeff for now, standing in this pose for 8 hours and 15 minutes. I let that remind me of what a beep I am and how easy I complain. Back to dog, move around, move your shoulders. So that was about 1 minute. He did 8 hours and 14 minutes more. He also did 75 push-ups to celebrate his world record break. What's next? Oh yeah. Bend the knees, squat down, but keep your arms forward, and then jump up like a bunny and kick yourself in the butt. Do that a couple of times. And if you get stuck upside down, scream loudly for help and ask someone to come and help you down. Maybe you can slowly lower down in a squat. Take a couple of breaths in a squat. Move around a bit while I ignore my messages. All right. Sit down on your butt, grab behind your legs, and roll up and down. This might seem like nothing, but for me, this very exercise was everything. I had herniated discs on and off for 6 years. Pathetic amount of pain that I just ignored and kept training harder because it didn't hurt while I was training. So I just kept going. At one point, I shit you not, I had to lay down on the side, pull my foot up like this to put on socks. I even showed that to my friends just to show them how stupid I was. I was proud of it back then, but I was in a really depressed state because I hurt all the time. I started doing this exercise under the guidance and advice of my now wife. God bless her soul. She helped me through all my excuses to do this for 5 minutes at one point. And after those 5 minutes, I went from going clunk, clunk, to actually for the first time in years being able to feel the connection to my lower back without hurting. And that put me on the path of doing yoga. And boy, am I glad I did that. I was the most skeptical person ever, but I'm happy I gave it a fair shot because now I can do that exercise and many others. Next one is, yes, let's do some core, sorry. So sit on your butt, lift your legs. The first check is just hands together and lower down on your lower back. All right, so our goal here is to have the lower back connected to the floor at all times, and then see if we can lower the heels all the way down without touching the ground, and then lift them. And if your legs are shaking, and if you're feeling like you want to give up here, why? Is it because you're too weak? Okay, why are you too weak? You're not doing this enough. You're not doing enough yoga to do that. Another check. Arms overhead, lift the legs. Now, without using any momentum, no speed, no speed, no speed. Legs back, engage your core, and see if you can roll all the way back to upside down guard. And then, without using any speed, being able to stop at any moment, lower all the way down to your back. Could you do that? Roll up to both. Could you do that? No. Why? Because you're too inflexible? Okay, why are you too inflexible? You're not doing it enough. You need to do more yoga. So the goal is to be able to be straight here, lift back without any momentum, roll back without your back hurting, and that, my friend, will improve your guard game so much. I was super shitty at guard, but when I started doing exercises like this, I don't have those weak spots where people can easily pass me anymore. Next one is rolling up to a squat. So roll up, sit in a squat, and then super slowly balance on your toes, touch the knees in the ground, hips forward, hip thrusts, back bend, and then without using your hands behind you, sit down and roll back. Do that a few times, rolling up, preferably without using your hands. If you need to use them for now, that's fine, but the goal is to be able to do this without ever touching the floor. So find the flow with minimum momentum. Don't use any speed unless you absolutely have to. This is a simple warm-up drill that I think I'm working hard to make exercises and flows that we're doing now the standard for Jiu-Jitsu warm-ups. I want to change one thing in Jiu-Jitsu, and it's not the deep half-guard game or the X-passing game. I want to change the warm-up game for everybody in Jiu-Jitsu because it will make a world of difference. I've been training on the mat since 1991, 15 years of judo and 13 years of Jiu-Jitsu, and I have yet to be in a perfect warm-up. I've been on good warm-ups, but those are the exceptions. Super shitty warm-ups is the standard, and I am here to change that, and I hope that you will join me in my epic quest. Right. Come up to a squat, hands in the ground, crow pose, lean into the elbows and lift your feet. If you never did this before, go lower and wider so that you're basically just shelving your legs with your face in the ground. If you've done this before, knees higher, lift your feet, take a few breaths. If you want to give it a shot, float back to a low push-up. Do a little back bend and roll back to a dog. Let's get our blood flowing. Bend your knees and float forward like we did before. As soon as you land, jump around 180. Push up. Repeat that sequence 3 more times. Float forward. Jump around. Push up. 2 more. Float. Jump around. Push up, last round. Float. Jump. Push up. And back. All right. Knees down. Toes in the ground. Right hand to right heel. Left arm up. Hips forward. Twist, side stretch, and back bend. Switching sides. Nice. Sit down on your knees. One hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. Close your eyes, feeling your heart beating. Also feeling under the other hand your breath moving. Your pulse and your breath is the soundtrack of your life. And when you pay attention to them, you become present, which is a really nice place to be. And if you haven't seen the best martial arts movie of all times, Kung Fu Panda, you haven't heard this quote. The past is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, and that's why it's called the present. You have to see that movie. Kung Fu Panda is an awesome movie. Back to down dog. Try to float through your hands with your legs, with bent knees or straight legs. Your choice. Cross your legs, box up your legs so that your shins are parallel. Let's box up our breath. So we're going inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and breath retention for 4. So box breath. Let's try one round with the eyes open. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try again. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold it out. And inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold it out. Inhale. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Hold. Exhale. Hold it out. One more round on your own. Exhale. Sit quiet for a second. Take 2 more breaths. All right, we are done. First of all, thank me for taking you through this class. That was really nice of me. Thank you, Sebastian. But if this was your first encounter to yoga, then I am the privileged one, and I salute you and thank you for joining me in this super weird thing that makes zero sense to a beginner. It's even weirder than Jiu-Jitsu because we're not in a crowd where we're all the same. It's just me, and I look and feel really stupid. So I salute you for trying, and I'm super honored to be the one who maybe put you on the path into this weird jungle of experiences. We all agree that we love Jiu-Jitsu. We can all agree on that. We love Jiu-Jitsu. But for some of us, Jiu-Jitsu doesn't really love us back. So it's a one-sided relationship. It's kind of like that abusive partner that we're a sucker for, and we keep coming back to it even though we get beaten again and again. And to change all that and create a healthy, happy relationship and long-term committed marriage, Yoga for BJJ is the marriage counselor, the psychologist that I'm really shit at metaphors, but you know, if you start doing this regularly, you can turn Jiu-Jitsu into being a grind where you get smothered Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you can't train Thursday, Friday, and you just have to wait until the next week until you improve your Jiu-Jitsu, but you degrade your body. And I have been doing that for too long. I wish I started yoga earlier and that I wasn't, you know, so close-minded about it. So please open your mind and give this a fair shot. During the lockdown, I slashed the price in more than half on the website so that you can pay $10 for as long as the lockdown is in effect, economic effects, and you can't train Jiu-Jitsu and the world is crazy, it's gonna remain $10. When the world goes back to normal, I will quietly increase the price. No, I will send you an email. But for now, don't worry about it. Just sign up because there is no commitment on the membership. You can cancel anytime. So give it a shot, sign up, start with a 10 in 10, 10 classes in 10 days. And that will be the most simple, effective, and straightforward way to start on this path. So use the link in the bio, click there, or go to yogaforbjj.net and sign up and give it a fair shot.